My name is Hari Padmanabhan. I'm chairman member of Indus, and I'm standing in for the team that I co-founded and with the company and also seed funded a few years ago. And the vision of Indus OS is really to provide a much simpler, intuitive mobile experience for the next billion users who are adopting this technology at a very rapid pace, primarily in the emerging markets, and most importantly, in their own native language. And where are we today? Just 9 months after launch, just coming into TiEcon just a couple of days ago, Counterpoint Research released a report that put us in the #2 slot among the OS in India, which are, as you see, other Android is mainly the Google Android, and we are ahead of companies like Xiaomi and Sanogen, which have been there for a very long period of time in terms of OS adoption for new phones sold in India. The team, like I said, which I co-founded with, are 3 IIT Bombay grads, Rakesh Deshmukh, Akash and Sudhir, and over the last few months with recent funding, we have brought in a team across from multiple organizations like Qualcomm, Samsung, Videocon, Webru, and so on, and now we have a 85 people team that is really taking this forward at a phenomenal pace. So what is the real problem we are solving? If you look at the adoption of mobile in India, everybody knows that about 300 million new users will come on the internet on a mobile first basis for the first time ever in their lives, would for the first time touch a screen and get a reaction. They've never used a mobile or any device where they've touched a screen and gotten a reaction. And these users, 90% of them do not count English as their first, second or third language. They do not read, write or speak the language. So they work in their native tongues. And this has been the primary barrier for them to go across and use this technology. Current usage of the small lot that uses it, only 13% uses the mobile smartphone for anything beyond calling, texting, using it as a camera, or listening to music. So it is really opening up this world to a whole majority of users who do not have the experience before. So we launched Indus OS in the middle May of 2015, last year, and we launched it with 12 Indian languages supported fully, the complete experience, and it's the world's first regional specific, language specific mobile ecosystem. And today we have more than 3 million users actively using it, with close to 90% of them preferring this to the Android operating system that's available as an option on the phone. It is delivered as a custom ROM to the OEM, and the OEM embeds it in the phone. It comes with like any other operating system. And what is the real differentiator that we're talking about? Fundamentally, we're talking about a user who is using a smartphone for the first time. They need simplicity. They need a user experience that is intuitive and simple for them to get along with. They don't want too many choices, so less is a lot more. We have a home screen where the icons are frozen, and these represent 90% of what they do with the phone. They make calls, they listen to music, take photographs, and of course use contacts and stuff. And we have our app Bazaar, which provides them the content that they actually look for in their specific languages. So the app Bazaar is our app store, which has the content in each and every language individually structured, such that if somebody has set his language, say Hindi, as the preferred choice, and he goes to app Bazaar, he would get the content in Hindi, in the app Bazaar. We have more than 20,000 apps in the app Bazaar right now. And the keyboard, which is designed in the manner that you learn the language. So there is the structure of the characters are exactly the way you've learned. I see a lot of Indian faces, so it is like you've started to learn when you started in school. So it's very easy for you to follow and work with. We have a line on top of the characters where the vowel variations of each consonant, or the matra predictions as they're called in phonetic languages, that come up. So when you press a consonant, all the variants like kaka, kiki, or the variations of the particular language or particular consonant comes in this line, and then you have a line for the word prediction that makes it very easy for the person to actually type and get on with it. And over close to almost every user today prefers this keyboard to other choices they have in the marketplace or in the phone they use. Going forward, in order to enhance the experience of the user and make them use the other core apps, we have designed and developed the core apps like the settings, the dialer, the messaging, the contact in the exactly simple, intuitive, colorful way. Color and celebration is another fundamental element of our design philosophy, because that's how Indians are. Every chance you get, you hear the roll of drums and lots of color all over around from every festival. So you'll find our interface is very colorful and very intuitive and very simple to work with. And so you will see here, for example, it's all icon based. The missed calls, recent calls, all are there. And on the same screen, you can go and make the call to another person as well. The fundamental innovation that made a huge difference to this getting to market was Indus Swipe. Indus Swipe enables the user who does not or cannot today communicate with somebody who does not know their native language but speaks English with the phone. So what do? You simply type it, you swipe it, and you send it in the language that you want to communicate with. So if you use the Hindi keyboard here, for example, type your content and swipe it, right? You get a translation on this side, and if you swipe it left, you get a transliteration on this side. And transliterated writing has become very popular at the mobile, as many of you know. When you want to communicate with somebody in their language, if you start typing in their language in English with an English text, it will prompt both of their languages to you on top. That's the other option that is there. So this is something very, very specific to an environment where you have multiple languages and you're communicating all across. But now to break the barrier, like when I wanted to call a driver, and he came in and I sent him my address and said, come here. He said, I don't understand English. I swiped it and sent it. He said, I'll be there in 5 minutes. So it makes a lot of difference how it happens. Everyday things get done much, much easier and faster. The other breakthrough is to really address the bottom of the bottom. There are those who do not read at all, who don't read or write. For them, we have text-to-speech. So and today, financial inclusion is a major benefit that's being taken to this bottom of the pyramid, as you call them. And the Indian government, for example, is moving most of their direct benefit transfer, most of the benefits that they provide to that bottom of the pyramid through what's called direct benefit transfer. And that constitutes a lot of messages that go from even banks. So when that happens, all the messages come in English. But those who can't read, what do? So all you've got to do with an Indus phone is you press the message, it will pop up these icons, and it will read it to you either in English or in the translated version of that in the language of your choice. So this really addresses the bottom of the pyramid and makes this the adoption open to a whole section of society that wasn't available as a marketplace for this technology at all before. So where are we today? 9 months from launch, we have 3 million users, more than 3 million users. Almost the app download almost every month. So we have 3.1 million app downloads from our App Bazaar. The App Bazaar is in 12 languages, and we have integrated that with carrier billing and so on. So a number of other opportunities to monetize from the App Bazaar. We are well on our way to our 100 million mark in 3 years' time, which we've set for ourselves, with 3 million currently, 400K being added every month. And we've entered Bangladesh, launched with 2 brands there about 3 months ago, and we are now talking Sri Lanka and Pakistan. We are being engagements. The App Bazaar has grown at a hectic pace. We have, in the last 6 months, we have doubled the total number of apps, as well as the new acquisitions that are happening on a month-to-month basis. We have more than 6 patents currently filed, more getting filed for various add-ons, and the execution capability has enabled us to deliver 34 models so far in the marketplace, and 14 are currently in work in progress, and we have now a capacity to do that on an ongoing basis. So the opportunity we are addressing here, looking it forward, is a 7 billion opportunity in the next 3 to 4 years, and currently that market is about a 1.4 billion, primarily from monetizing the base that we are creating, primarily through user acquisition, engagement, and monetization. The overall Indus platform, if I were to share that with you, we're releasing an SDK where aspects like Indus Swipe can be embedded in existing applications by third parties and enable them to provide transliteration within their own applications. And across Indus messaging permits you to do free of cost messaging from an Indus phone to an Indus phone, and so on. So I'll just stop it. So we are looking at an ARPU in about 3 to 4 years of $4 against the current global of 15. And thank you very much for that. My time is up.